Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the show, have a seat, my nigga, recline back. Real niggas making a speech, so acknowledge that I never turn bitch to the ops. And I can promise that this 4 nickel tucked on my hip, that bitch Obama black. See a target, lock onto it.
But like, think about when you get in trouble in another country, how much shit you get into. Why would you, if I'm a billionaire, now Chris Brown, because I own my masters, I have just cashed in. I have just hit the home run, right? Yeah. Why would I do something like have a violent rape session in Paris, where if I get an international record, everything is over? Why would you think I would put that on the line? Think about that. Now,
So
I'm not saying
think it's completely made up. So the way you're describing it, you're almost 100% convinced that it's made up out of thin air. It's literally just pulled out of thin air.
I'm not saying it may not be
It's
pulled out.
pulled out of thin air.
No, I'm not
I
saying
say
he
it's
might
pulled out
be
of thin air.
involved,
I'm
but
not
you don't
saying-
think
I say it's
anything
pulled out of
happened
thin air.
with
It may not. It may,
bodyguards or
it may be a
security?
setup. He may have been set up, but I'm just saying that until I get all
no
the
one's
facts.
implicated. You think it's just made up?
Until I gotta get all the facts.
It may not
for one.
be-
All the facts
Right,
have
it
to
may
be
not
out.
be made up, but like if it's not made up, it's a setup.
Because you have to think like
So you
what I
don't think
mean-
it's one of his people and not
Chris
him?
Brown.
Because there's been a lot of artists
Why
following in
the
that.
fuck
Wait.
does anybody in Chris Brown's entourage have to rape anybody?
But
I'm
you
with
don't
Chris
control
Brown.
Why does Chris Brown have
You
to
don't-
rape?
you
No,
don't-
no, he doesn't.
I'm not saying
Now-
Chris
now-
Brown, and
now-
I
now-
agree with that. But you shit, he doesn't control the people he has around.
But what
him.
I'm saying
There's
is,
hold on. There's a lot of artists who make the mistake of not choosing. Who
Chris
they
Brown
have.
has been doing
Bro.
this shit for too long, dude.
And
He's
I-
not new to the game.
But Chris Brown
He's getting in
also
trouble.
this isn't
He's
his
made
first
mistakes.
issue.
Right. He's made mistakes.
Right,
He's
so
so
now
and all
he
that
knows.
shit.
He knows.
He does know, and I'm not saying he did anything. I'm saying we can't say it's made up or it's set up. The original story was one of his bodyguards or one of his security members.
Then why was he arrested?
Because like you said, it's overseas. He has a record. They're gonna take everybody until
No,
they
they're
sort
not.
it out.
No, they're not.
With
Now,
Chris
if
Brown,
That bitch went in there and accused Chris Brown.
she probably said a whole bunch of. She probably said all
Rodney.
these
No,
people.
she accused
Rodney.
Chris Brown. Probably accused everybody in there of
But
saying,
that's what I'm saying.
maybe having a
He
gang
wasn't the
fucking
only
rape.
one who
But
got
she's
arrested.
fucking lying.
And I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying to have a story that they're just, unless the media is covering, but to have a story to call violently brutal, that to pull that out of thin air,
Can
like
I jump in?
Go ahead, man.
Can I jump in real quick? Bruh,
You sound crazy.
I'm going to explain something to you. Sometimes in this world, conspiracies are not just conspiracies.
I get it,
Right.
but
But
you guys
wait,
are
hold
always on
hold
the
on.
conspiracy
Now I'm
track.
gonna back up.
And I
hold
don't
on.
always agree
Hold
with
on, I'ma
every-
back
all
up.
of the
I'ma back it
conspiracies
up.
you
You
guys
don't
come
agree
up
with none of them.
I'm gonna back it
Nah,
up.
there's a few
Hold
of
on,
them.
I'm gonna back it up.
Well, you guys go so fucking far left sometimes.
I'm gonna back it up. Now we said what happened? What happened when Bill Cosby got fired by NBC?
You see, rape charges and went to jail.
What happened when Prince owned his own masters?
He died.
What happened when Michael Jackson owned his own masters?
He died.
And Michael Jackson didn't just want to own his own masters; he wanted to own Sony,
Yeah.
and not just Sony Music.
But these
No,
are
hold on, Rodney. Sony Music, not just Sony Music, right? Not just Sony Music. Like this is Sony Music,
I
right?
get it.
And then this is so, but like you have to
I get it.
understand
I
when
get
people
it. I get
by
it.
Chris
So did
Brown.
Michael Jackson.
Hold on,
Okay, so
wait, hold on, wait, you gotta let me finish.
You gotta let him finish.
You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me bring it home. So by Chris Brown owning his own masters, he becomes not just an artist. He becomes a power player. You know what I'm saying? He could sit.
I get all that.
He could sit at the table with other power players.
And
Now-
talk business. Yeah.
Now, no, not talk business. He can pull strings in the music business that other people can't pull. Now, by him being able to do that at such a young age and being black, it's a lot of stuff working against him. Because for one, when he beat up Rihanna, a lot of people stopped liking him. So now you got to remember the powers that be. If the powers that be, and when I say the powers that be, I mean people with more money than Chris Brown. If they don't like you, they won't let you in their club. So if they don't like Chris Brown, but he has all rights to be able to be in their club, they won't let you. Well, he's gonna come knocking at the door. And we have to literally let him in because he owns his own master. Whatever Chris Brown does, he gets everything. So now,
Bro,
guess what?
all
We
I'm
have to
saying
take him
is-
out. We can't let him in.
But
So
you're-
now we have to be Spurt.
And I'm not. All of what you're saying, most of what you're saying, I'm not disagreeing with. I'm not saying.
What would you
he's not-
disagree with?
What I'm saying is you're tying their fame with their deaths, and you're saying that like they didn't have. It's almost like you're forgetting the issues other than Prince. You're forgetting the negativity around them. Michael Jackson touched little boys. I don't care if you believe it or not. I do. I believe it. Chris Brown has had issues with women, multiple women in the past, and I don't think this situation. I do not think
Multiple or just one?
one big one, but he had incidents with fans. He had a female fan, and it was.
I always
Get all
love.
of
Listen,
that.
I always love when
Hold on,
people-
let me. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
you're not done yet?
No, what I'm saying
Oh,
is,
get to the
what
fucking
I'm
point.
getting there. What I'm fucking saying is, I in this situation, I don't think Chris Brown did anything, but I'm saying I think it might, maybe, if something happened, if it's not completely made up, I think it's one of his team members, and you can't control that.
Okay.
You can't control. You can't
No,
control your
You
people.
can't control your people. Whatever. Listen. It's crazy to me that we, and I may be guilty of this sometimes, but it's crazy how we really take like what we see and what we hear from other people as the truth. Even going back to Michael Jackson. Like personally, I don't believe Michael Jackson touched little boys. I believe he had a fucking issue. I believe that he may have had some issues growing up, but him touching little boys, I just don't see it.
So it's okay
Me personally.
for a grown man to sleep in the bed with a child
Me
that's
personally.
not their child.
Me personally, once again,
I'm asking you. That's okay.
I don't know what
It's
happened.
yes or no question.
Bruh,
That's
bruh.
a fact. He's admitted to that. That's not something new. That's not something made up. He
If
has
the child-
said,
if the
I
child-
had
listen, if
sleepovers with
if they had
kids,
sleepovers
and we slept in the same
and they
bed,
slept
and he
in the
said,
same-
no, that's not
and they
weird.
slept in the same bed, I'm quite sure it wasn't I'm quite sure it was a fucking California king size bed. And that little boy, real talk, listen. And that little boy was probably on this side of the bed, and Mike was on this side of the bed. They might have had a pillow fight or two. I don't think Mike was hugged. Real talk, I don't see Mike being hugged up with the little boy like this.
That
and
wasn't
him
the
having
question.
an
It wasn't like
Listen,
That was not the fucking question.
The question is, yes, I wouldn't mind if
Yes,
I,
you would, or no? Yes, or no, you would not.
What you
Mind.
mean?
Your
I wouldn't
child.
mind. No. If my child, if I let my child go to Mike's house, right? If I say
Okay,
yes,
hold on. Let me
if I
change
say-
it. Let me
no,
change
no,
it.
because
Wait,
I gotta get to
hold
my
on, wait,
point. I
wait,
gotta
wait,
get to my
let me
point.
wait, let me
I gotta
change
get to
it.
my point.
Rodney, if you have Al's son, right? If Al's son spent the night at your house, right? And he slept in your bed with you overnight.
I wouldn't sleep in the bed with him because that's weird to me.
Now listen, what if
Now I would
don't have
not
kids.
sleep in the bed with.
Because you don't have kids.
But first off, that's Al's son. So if I did sleep in, that's Al is trusting me as a friend to fucking babysit his child overnight. So and he knows I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So he's gonna do the math. Shit, that's Al though. That's not me famous and I say, hey, I want to take your child
But is it
for the
weird?
weekend.
Is it weird for you to sleep in the bed with a kid? Is what I'm saying.
You're spinning it. I mean, in that content, yes.
But see, that's what everybody
But that's
does.
not. But
you
that's
can't
not what I'm
anything.
saying. But that's not how Michael
Let me get
Jackson
to my point.
did it.
Let Al get his point.
That's not how Michael
The
Jackson
point
did
wasn't
it.
Michael Jackson. My point with Mike was just I don't believe he touched little kids. You said you believe he
get it.
did. That's all.
You're right.
What it boils down to me, and I think this is the prime example. This is the best example of it because this happened while we were living, and we all seen it happen. And that's when Dave Chappelle walked away from that $50 million fucking dollars, and they call him a fucking crackhead.
I remember that.
And they come
I
on,
didn't
man,
believe
that was the media though, bro.
I didn't believe that.
Everybody did though, until he came back and had to actually say like, yo.
Cat Williams explained why. Explained.
I didn't believe that when I heard that.
But I'm just saying though, but a lot of people did. You may not have, but there's a lot of people who did.
No,
Like,
I
oh,
feel
that
you.
nigga over there
I
smoking
feel
crack.
you. He
And
went
that
to
wasn't
Africa
nothing.
to smoke
But
crack.
if you ever seen Cat Williams' interview that he's talking about, Cat Williams says it himself how that whole shit broke down and how they told him, oh, if you don't take this money, by the time you get on your flight and make it home,
There's gonna be some shit out about you.
they're gonna tell there's gonna be some shit out about you. And no sooner, and that's exactly what happened. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. He's a crackhead. He's smoking dope. He don't know what he's doing. He crazy, and everybody thought that's what it was.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? So with that example itself, you can't put shit past the media.